Government shutdown of 2023. Could your Social Security payment actually get stopped if the debt ceiling is reached? January 19th could be a very important date for those on a fixed income like SSI, SSDI. We have all of that information right here in this video, and they're saying that the pandemic is over. Is that the truth? Stay tuned to find out. Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another show. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm your host, John Muro with True Life Investing. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing because your love and support means the world and it really helps us out. But there's so much news that's going on. The Republicans are saying that the pandemic is over. In fact, we need to get past this pandemic protocol, COVID protocol, whatever you want to call it. We need to get past this and we need to get things back on track. So do you agree that the pandemic is over? Do you agree that things are better than they've ever been since 3 years ago? I mean, I know inflation is very high. Recession is looming around the corner. People are paying a lot more for groceries, and yet they're saying the pandemic's over. So what caused this inflation? What caused all of these things to go up? Well, we've got a ton of news right here in this video, as well as Social Security payment information for those on a fixed income. January 9th is going to be a very important day because there could be a possible government shutdown of 2023. But with all that information being said, let's dive on the screen. Republicans introduced Pandemic is Over Act after Biden's unacceptable extension of COVID emergency. More than a dozen House Republicans introduced legislation declaring that the COVID-19 pandemic is over. And I knew that going in with them taking over the House of Representatives, that it would be a battle between them, the Democrats, and the Biden administration. The pandemic is over, and this is simply states that the public health emergency declared by the Secretary of Health and Human Services in 2020 in response to COVID shall terminate on the date of enactment of the actual act. They literally proposed the bill less than a week after they extended the COVID emergency until mid-April. They're really trying to get past this. The decisions came from more than 3 months of President Joe Biden declaring in an interview that the pandemic is over. He also added, however, that America still has a problem with COVID and that the administration is doing a lot of work on it. Practically, the extension of public health emergency gives the government leeway in how it operates federal health programs and limits the liability of medical practitioners who treat patients with COVID. But politically, Republicans are arguing that the U.S. is well past the state of emergency that existed in early 2020. And Guthrie said that the point of his bill is to make sure that Biden administration heard that what Biden said in September. Again, the pandemic is over despite President Biden admitting this in September. So in all actuality, what's happening is you and I both saw the article where Joe Biden himself told in an interview, the pandemic is over. So we need to get past this emergency, COVID, all this stuff that's going on. And now the Republicans are just holding him to his word. Even though he said it in April, they're trying to get things moving now. And I could see that with Kevin McCarthy being the House Speaker. He's already said a lot of things that he was going to do. And let's see how far he gets. Now, looking more at this government shutdown of 2023, will your Social Security payment actually stop if the debt ceiling is reached? Have you ever thought about what would happen if we had a government shutdown, we met the debt ceiling, and they couldn't send out any more payments? So when I saw this information, I definitely had to bring it up, get on board with it, because several of you are on a fixed income like Social Security. So the U.S. is on track to reach a debt ceiling on January 19th, and that's going to be a very important day. Why? Because it can literally tell us whether we're going into a government shutdown. Now, this is where Congress needs to take action. In the past, Congress has avoided this by raising the debt limit, but House Republicans say they will not support another increase unless they get spending cuts or other concessions. And I literally watched the interview with Kevin McCarthy, a lot of the conservatives that were talking as to why they are not going to support raising the debt limit was because he said is put it like this. If I give you a credit card and I give you $500 balance and you hit that 500, I shouldn't keep going back and raising your limit like 750. You max it out. Then instead of you paying it back, I raise it up to 1,000. Then you max it out. So it's not that we're fixing the issue of spending the money. It's the fact that we keep raising the limit and not paying it off. And that's where they're trying to really pull the reins back on this whole government shutdown, all of these things going on with raising that increase, that debt increase. Now, defaulting on debt would be a first in U.S. history, and it would force officials to choose between continuing assistance like Social Security and paying interest on the nation's debt. Where does it really boil down to how this money gets spent? How do they really decide saying, okay, we're going to pay the nation's debt or we're going to pay Social Security? Now you tell me, which one sounds more in favor of the people and which one doesn't? Let me know down in the comments below, because again, if for millions and millions of people that are on a fixed income like Social Security, it's literally boiling down to them saying it would force officials to choose between continuing assistance like Social Security or paying interest on the nation's debt. However, a House Republicans' payment prioritization plan would call for the Biden administration to make only the most urgent federal payments if the debt limit is reached. The plan may also specify that the Treasury Department continue making payments on Social Security, Medicare, and veterans, these benefits as well as military funding, according to two people aware of internal discussions. So the good thing is that the Republicans are not the enemy here. What they're doing is at some point we had to cut the credit card limit off and say we can't raise it anymore until we get some of it paid off. And they're specifying that they want to continue to make payments for those on Social Security, Medicare, and veterans, as well as military funding. This is some very, very important key groups that need to make sure that they're going to get a check every single month. Many people rely on this money to come in so that way they can make it through the week, through the month, and have food on the table, be able to do what they need to do. So again, I saw this information and I know that many people are on a fixed income. So I really wanted to bring it to your attention that January 19th is a very, very important date that we all need to make sure that we're watching for, because this could possibly lead to another government shutdown in 2023. And let's just say, we don't need that to happen. But we'll make sure to stay on top of that news for you, as well as any stimulus check information that is most up to date. If you want to check out my last video, which is down in the description here, it will tell you the most up-to-date information on stimulus checks, and we will make sure every day to do the research. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Don't forget about the giveaway we're doing on the 22nd. Let us know you are the #1 fan down in the comments below. We like movies. If you like movies too, we're doing a movie segment where we play a clip of a movie and you guess which movie that is for a chance to get in on the giveaway. So here is that movie clip.
Because we live or we die by the clock. We never turn our back on it. And we never ever allow ourselves the sins of losing track of time.
All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you need any help or assistance from me, make sure to let me know down in the comments below where I can do the research and find this information for you. Stay safe, stay warm, stay sanitized, and until next time, I'm John Miro. Peace.